The percentage of ads using sex to sell product increased from 15% in 1983 to 27% in 2003. 92% of songs featured on the Billboard Top 10 have sexual references. And 37% of alcohol ads are sexual in nature.
Can you please tell me what a woman's body has to do with selling beer?
But it is not limited to any one category, whether it is shoe brands, popular snacks, cars, apparel brands, or even medicines.
How many times did you do it yesterday?
You will find sex in one or another form everywhere. So, the question is, September 5th, 2024. I got a call at 11 p.m. and that call was from one of the renowned CEO of India, and that conversation changed the way I look at advertisement. As it was late at night, I knew something was not right. I picked up the call and then he told me the model we have used in our ads, she's not attractive enough and we need to replace her. I started sweating because the campaign was about to go live in 3 days. So I told him it can't be done, it is too late. But he was adamant and he's the client. So I had to give up. But that was not the end of it. In fact, it was the beginning of a new learning. I wanted to prove a CEO wrong that a girl on the creative doesn't matter much. And to prove that, I conducted my first ever marketing experiment. And exactly 15 days later, I called him back with the result of my experiment. Does sex sell in advertisement is one of the most debatable questions in marketing. I'm a professional marketer and I spend more than 100 million every year on ads. And even I was not sure if it actually sells or not. I tried reading about it online, but I could not find anything substantial. So I thought, let me do an experiment with real people and find the answer myself. In this video, first I will take you through my experiment and learnings. Then I will tell you how marketers and business owners can use this in subtle and creative ways to sell more products. And in the end, I will show you 2 very popular ads used by 2 very big brands. Now coming to my experiment, for this one product, I created 2 ads. One ad had a very good looking girl and the other ad was a usual one. I created the same audience for both the ads, set up a proper budget and published the campaign. And I ran this campaign for 2 days. I know it's not much, but I only had that much money to burn. But the result was very interesting. The ad with the girl got much better engagement, and I know this might not be surprising for you, but wait for it. Obviously the one with the girl got much better CTR. That means more people stopped scrolling, looked at the ad and even clicked on the ad. And the other one got less attention, less clicks. But even though less people engaged with the other ad, more people ended up buying the product. So the conclusion was pretty clear. The ad with the girl got too much of attention, but unwanted attention. While the ad with no girl, only people who were dead serious about my product clicked on this ad. And that's why the conversion was so much better. So sex can definitely help you in getting more eyeballs. Like if your audience is driving, they might slow down to check out a billboard with a pretty girl on it. And I'm sure this has happened with you as well, that you have seen a social media post with a girl in bikini and the caption says, "Now that I have your attention, blah blah blah." But honestly, you will only remember the girl, not the blah part. Ogilvy summarized it pretty well. Sex sells if you are selling sex. So you don't have to force fit it in your ads. But as promised, in the second segment, I will show you how and where you can and you should use this in your ads. As you must know, every ad has 3 important elements: to get attention, talk about the benefit of the product, and ask the audience to take an action. And getting attention is the most important element among all 3. Why? Because no matter what we are doing, whether you are driving your car or you are on your social media, we are bombarded with content, literally thousands of them. So the biggest challenge for any marketer is to make their content stand out. That's why thumbnails and headlines are so important for content creators. But just now we have learned not to force fit sex in our content, in our ad, right? So the first solution is, even if your content is slightly relevant, like my this content is, don't shy away from using sex to get attention, like how I did with my thumbnail. And by doing this, your first point of a great ad is checked. Second, I know this might not sound politically correct, but people like looking at pretty things. You will not buy a shirt if the mannequin wearing it is not in a good shape. There is a reason apparel websites use models on their website. There is a reason college brochures have the best looking students. People like looking at pretty things.
We like pretty women.
There are also multiple case studies that shows people who look good do much better in sales. So the second learning is, if you're already using a face in your content and that face is just there, doesn't need any domain expertise or anything, then you can and you should use a pretty face. For example, if you're launching a car and you're planning to put a girl next to your car, if you can, please hire a Victoria's Secret model. So when I called the CEO after 15 days, I accepted. A pretty face does help in getting attention. But being subtle is the keyword. It cannot be on your face. Otherwise, the girl will overpower both your content and your product, and your audience will end up remembering only the girl, not your product, not your content. There are multiple ads where people have overused this and the commercial failed drastically. So do use it, but keep it subtle, keep it creative, and keep it relevant. How? That we will see in the next example. This picture was recently posted by Elon Musk on Twitter. There is some debate on if it was actually created by Aston Martin or not, but that is not the point. This is an excellent example of how you can make your content relevant just with some creativity and wordplay. Yes, I agree this is kind of on your face, but still very creative. And the second example is Imperial Blue ads, the Men Will Be Men series. I'm sure all of you have seen and loved these ads, and these are perfect example of how to subtly use sex. Now coming to the best part of the video. If you are a marketer or a business owner, tell me about your product and I will create an ad for you. I will pick any one of your product and I will get back to you. You can DM me on Twitter or you can comment here. Thank you for watching.